Another episode of Beerly Out of Bounds. And welcome back to another episode of Beerly Out of Bounds. It's your boy Rico Daddy Slick here.
How did your crew not get out there? They're playing off!
On the green, we sway with a beer in hand every day. From the tee to the hole, we're just trying to keep control. We're barely out of bounds, drinking and golfing around. A toast to the fairway we raise, for the love of the game and the haze. For the love of the game and the haze.
I don't know if it's about it this loud. I don't know.
One second.
Dude.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Beerly Out of Bounds. Show on the Beerly Podcast Network that's all about golf. I'm Chet Grumble. Join with me as We Are the World. We're here to talk about golf today. How we doing, world?
No, we are the world. Not world. I identify as the whole.
I said we are here with We Are the World. How are we doing, world? I was using your last name.
No, it's not a last or first name. That is a societal construct.
All right, the artist formerly known as Zane Smith is here with us tonight. How we doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. By the way, you forgot to mention this is the best Beerly show. I apologize for the lighting in here. My light, Zach remembers, last time went kaput. The other one, the new one's on its way. So I am without light. It's kind of ironic that it happened the same day as the new Pope got announced. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not one for conspiracies, but this is a drinking show. So we are, if you haven't been here before, thank you for joining the Beerly Out of Bounds podcast. We drink beer, we talk golf. First, let's show everybody.
Golf.
That's right. Go. So we're going to show you what beer we are drinking. So I am drinking a Corona Extra because I am nothing but extra. And if you look at that, that kind of looks like a golf club. So there's that. You know what I mean?
The most ridiculous person I've ever met in my life.
Why? Because I'm an extra?
No, because you're drinking a Corona Extra. It's a terrible beer.
Well, we're about to find out how terrible it is. I don't drink these all the time. I don't know. It's just in my fridge. Tastes like a beer. All right. What about you?
I'm having a Free State of Smith Pilsner.
Woo! Hey, wait,
shout out to Mom.
Which one?
That's just a Pilsner.
The white one? Wings of Liberty?
I think so.
Is it white or black, Zach?
It's white.
All right. Good man.
It's good, though.
Woo!
It's good. Shout out to Mom. And shout out to all those moms out there. Mother's Day this weekend.
Shout out to the moms. Do it for them.
Do it for the moms.
Don't know what you're doing.
Over here at the Grumble household, we greatly respect mothers and Mother's Day. So
who is Chet Grumble? I don't understand the inside joke.
I am Chet Grumble.
I don't know.
That was pretty. Means. That's what the name plate says.
Again, I get you're doing a bit. Please stop and tell me what the hell that means.
It's just my name, dude.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you. It's Chet Grumble.
No, it's okay. All right.
My lookalike is on the other show this week. His name is Bud Juggins.
Is his name Get Chumble?
No, my lookalike. I found out I have an unrelated doppelganger named Bud Juggins.
Get Chumble. Get Chumble.
Bud Juggins.
Get Chumble.
He was on Purely Football this week. So, obviously, if you can read, which I assume all of our listeners can, the title of this episode, I want to get this out of the way very quickly because Zane's more enamored with this than I am. Scottie Scheffler did pretty good last week. Shot a record-breaking tournament. Zane, you talk about it.
Zane, you talk about it? That's a great handoff, dude. That's fantastic. How long have you done this? How long
so
is this?
Many years, dude.
I know. Crazy.
So
and we get Zane, go for it. That's what we get.
Well, listen, here's the thing. Me and Zane already talked about this a little bit, and I was like, yeah, he had a great weekend, and he won by like 8 or whatever.
Zach, that is the craziest take I've ever heard. He just won by 8.
Like, he played well. Played really well.
Played well. Dude, well doesn't even cover it. Are you kidding me?
Here, actually, I'm going to give my hot take. I'm going to give my hot take. I'm going to give my hot take on this event. My hot take on this event is if you put the best ball striker that we have probably ever seen and on a course that only has flat lies and relatively flat greens, I'm expecting them to go pretty well. Like if Scottie wasn't your pick to win this event, you might be the dumbest person I've ever met in my life. And that's the honest truth, in my opinion.
Zach, that's just. I mean, I don't know if we can use the R word.
Do you think if you'd have gone out there, you'd gotten two practice rounds, do you think you would have shot an even par?
Out there, in tour conditions.
I think it'd be careful when toss. Be careful when you say tour conditions, man.
I think it'd be a coin toss of whether I shoot under par.
I think you would shoot under par.
Zach, but there's a difference between shooting under par and 31 under par.
I agree.
Divide that by 4.
Scottie Scheffler is better.
Do some critical thinking and divide that by 4. Divide it by 4.
31 divided by 4 is
do it.
Just
do
under
it.
8
7 under
around. Yeah, my bad.
Zach, that's the equivalent of averaging 3.5 birdies in every 9 holes.
Yeah,
and not bogeying.
Yeah,
and he bogeyed.
I said he played well, dude. What do you want me to say? I think it's. Listen.
Dude, this is freaking. You can't treat it like this. I know you're a live stan. I get it. I know.
Zane,
I know you paid the $60.
You know I hate having conversations with Zane. Zane will be talking about a subject and he'll bring up something completely different to say, "Oh, I know you think this." That's not even a thing I believe.
No, that's not.
That's how he handles himself.
That's not irrelevant. That's not irrelevant. If you followed live accounts, they say the same thing. It's like, oh, so what?
I don't follow live accounts.
So what? So what? He did this.
You know what, Zane? As someone that's been blocked by Brandel Chambly, you, not me.
Yes.
I think you should.
And Eamon Lynch.
Yeah, I haven't been blocked by either.
Do me a good service.
Really the live stand.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. Everybody would call me the live stand. That's why it's so amazing that you're treating this like a non-thing. This is not this is the crazy thing. This is not the century. Not the century. It's not the I think it was called the Century Tournament of Champions. It's not any of the Hawaii events that are set up for them to go create like 30 under par.
It looked like it was set up for them to go 30 under.
But it's not. Because he was the only one that shot even close to that.
That course looks so easy.
But it's
on TV.
not, because he was the only one that got close to that. Imagine losing by 8. Then imagine being Van Rooyen and losing by 8 and placing second.
Who are
Imagine
some of the names in that field.
I mean, it's a pretty stacked field. Jordan Spieth was in there. He's playing well.
Wait, Zane, first off, don't say stacked field and Jordan Spieth in the same sentence right now, okay?
Why not? He's playing good.
He's not playing great.
He's playing pretty damn good for you to be saying, like, don't use stacked and Jordan Spieth in the same.
Oh, like when I hear stacked, I'm just like this guy, like he's like consistently like top 5ing it.
Jordan Spieth is in the top of the leaderboards.
Jordan Spieth
Yes.
is consistently top 5ing it.
Not consistently top 5ing it.
Goddamn evidence for that, buddy.
Zach, not consistently top 5ing it, but you got to admit he's not only making cuts, he's definitely in the top 20 almost every week.
Hold
Come on. Come on.
Look this up.
Go data golf, baby. Data golf all day. I dare you.
Hold on. Cool your jets there, Johnson. Okay.
But he's playing well. So is JT. Like they're playing
JT
well.
is playing well.
They're playing well.
Dude, I need you to Zane, please calm down, okay?
He tied his career low round.
Zane, please calm down.
On the PGA Tour. It's just amazing that you're treating this like I expect you to shoot 31 under and tie.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Sounds like you're saying. That's exactly what it sounds like you're saying. I just don't understand the hate.
He's had 2 top 10s this year, dude. Jordan Spieth. Sorry, 3 top 10s. I apologize.
And that's nothing?
It's not nothing, but it's not like, oh yeah, Jordan Spieth's playing this one. It's a top field. He has 0 top 3s. He's got 2 top 5s.
For not being a
3 months
signature
apart.
event, this is a pretty big event. For not being a signature event.
Dane, come on. The CJ Cup Byron Nelson is not.
There's a lot of history at the Byron Nelson. What are you talking about?
That's like saying there's a lot of history at never mind, I'm not gonna say that. It's gonna get fuming.
Say it.
That's like saying there's a lot of history at the John Deere, dude.
No, that's not gonna get me fuming. The Byron Nelson's older than the John Deere, just saying.
It probably is. Byron Nelson's old.
But here's the thing, dude. You can't tell me that that's not impressive. That's video game. This is how crazy it was.
Then you're telling me it's
3 holes left.
Hold on.
Listen, can I say this without you saying anything? With 3 holes left to play, if he pars them, he breaks the record. He bogeyed one of the last 3 holes to tie the record at 31. That's to be 32 under par with 3 holes left to play is astonishing. That's 69 holes of golf. And you're 32 under par.
I just like
do the math, Zach.
I'm not saying he didn't play good. Like I don't know, like,
but then you're treating it like it was nothing. And
I'm saying in a weak field, which this was, in a weak field. It is absolutely a weak field, Zane.
Let's look at the field then.
I want to look at where's the strength of schedule for this goddamn field.
Let's do it. Byron Nelson.
Strength of field.
Strength of field.
It doesn't look great. Automatically, it doesn't look great. Oh, Lanto Griffin missed the cut. Damn, that sucks. Why can't I find it on Data Golf?
It should be on Data Golf.
I can't find it.
Data Golf. Should be the CJ Cup at the Byron Nelson.
Yeah, I'm on the page.
Tournament stats. Live stats. Can we go back? I guess it's not going to show us what the model. Archives, maybe? Here we go. Here we go. This is it. So it's in the archives. You have to go to the archives. It's the CJ Cup Byron Nelson. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Oh, I don't have access to it because you got to pay for that. Dumb. That's ridiculous. Okay, who played in the CJ Cup? Byron Nelson.
Oh my gosh. Strength field.
All right, yeah, Anders Albertson, Ben On played in it. Don't know if you know him. Aaron Badley. Let's see, Sam Burns.
Don't know if you know Ben On.
Don't know if you know Sam Burns.
Shut up.
Don't know if you know Brian Campbell. Let's see. Let's keep going down. Joel Damon. Don't know if you know him. Cam Davis. Don't know if you know him. Let's keep going down.
Oh my God! I'm looking at it right now. I found the strength of field.
Oh yeah, and what was it?
Strength of field, skill distribution. Here we go.
Can you just go ahead and say it? Like Harry Higgs played in it. Nikolai Hogard, Rasmus Hogard, Bo Hostler, Sung Jae, Zach Johnson, Siwoo Kim, Kevin Kisner. Well, he's not playing well. Tom Kim, Kurt Kitayama, your boy, Jake Knapp, Matt Kuchar, Christo Lamprecht. Like what are we talking about, dude? I'm only on the L.
So here you go. Here you go.
I'm only on the L. Matt
field.
McCarty.
It's a weaker field. It's a weaker field than the Truist Championship this week.
Of course it is.
It's a weaker field than Live Golf Korea and Live Golf Mexico City.
Of course it is. What are we talking about here?
It's a weaker field than the RBC.
But here's the thing. Here's your problem with this argument. Here's your problem with this argument. You're saying it's a weaker field.
Yes.
Whenever you're out there playing golf, who are you playing, Zach?
The course.
100%. And what is the score at the end of the week reflective of? Zach?
Okay. So my point is, he won by 8 on a course that I perceive to be playing easy that week. Be playing exceptionally easy.
Do you not hear yourself?
And
against
it was
140 men field,
the best ball
but this
striker
isn't a
in
signature
the world.
event. This isn't a signature event where you're only playing 70 other people. This is an event where you're playing a cut. This is an event where you're playing 140 other guys. What are we talking about?
I'm talking about how weak the field was. That's why he won by 8.
But that's a stupid argument. Because
how is that a stupid argument?
More people is you and I both know. If you have a larger field, it doesn't matter how good, quote unquote, the field is at 70 players, 140 players at professional level someone's going to have a week. You and I both know this.
And it's
why we both agree. It's why we both agree. It's why we both disagree with this whole PGA Tour elevated events bullshit where they limit the fields on signature events to 70 guys.
My point is that it's barely stronger than the smaller event this week, the One Flight Myrtle Beach Classic. It's barely a stronger field than that.
But is it a stronger field than that?
Barely.
Is anybody else going to shoot 32 under at the Myrtle Beach thing?
Probably not, because Scottie Scheffler's not there. Zane goes, Zach, they had a top 50 player in the world, Jordan Spieth, dude. It was a stacked field. Then it's not a stacked field. It doesn't matter whether or not it's a stacked field or not. Because
it doesn't. It doesn't matter.
It does. When you talk about his margin of victory, it absolutely matters about the strength of the field.
Okay, margin of victory, you're right. It matters strength of field. 100%.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that are you telling me Eric Van Rooyen played like shit? Is that what you're telling me?
No. I'm saying he probably didn't play as good as some other guys that I could think
of. Oh my god, dude. I can't with you.
How many top 10 players in the world were there? Actually, I can look this up. I can look this up.
Dude, that is you and I both know any of these guys can play with the best of any of them. Any of these guys that I'm looking at, whether that be Eric Van Rooyen, Honiton Vegas, who is playing well, by the way.
That's crazy.
What's crazy about that? What is crazy about that?
I'm looking at the stats. Scottie Scheffler is, literally, he's so far above on the skill distribution. They had 2 players.
Yeah, he gained 15 shots on the field.
That's not what I'm talking about, Zane.
Oh.
I'm talking about the skill distribution.
Okay.
Hold on. How many top 20 players in the world, according to Data Golf, were at this event?
According to Data Golf, how many top 20 players?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
1. How many top 30 players?
I'm not sure.
2. And if you're looking at the OWGR, there was 2 top 20 players and 2 top 30 players.
Okay.
So it's a weaker field. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, but my point still stands. You and I both know that in a field full of how many guys? 100 and looks like 140. In a field of 140 guys, what are the odds that one of them goes off and plays like 4 great rounds?
I think it kind of depends on
pretty effing high. Come on, dude. It's not that hard to answer the question. Especially if I'm leading you on. So you got 140 guys out there. That is significantly harder than playing a signature event with 70 guys, right? Right?
Huh?
Please say yes. Zach.
Maybe.
Let me go ahead and I have to tell a story. So this was a while back. Me and Branson, he's going to come on to debate you about Live and PGA, by the way. Not today, but he will probably next week or the week after. So me and Branson and all of us were talking in one of our bays, and one of the things that Branson told me that was pretty, not astonishing, but I kind of figured was that if a lot of those PGA Tour players had to go through Q school again, a lot of them wouldn't make it.
That's true.
Even if you're talking like that, this is why a lot of the Live guys don't really want to just let back in through that means, because that means is really difficult.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to just try and do Q school again.
Yeah.
So one of the things is like, do you think name me a top 30 player?
Well, Jordan Spieth ain't one of them, so I'm not.
Just name one. Just name one. Don't do a backhanded. Don't backhand me. Tell me one of them.
A top 30 player. I'll give you the only other one at this event. Sungjae Im.
Okay, Sungjae Im. So if Sungjae Im had to go back and do Q school like next week,
yeah,
what are the odds he gets through?
I think it's probably looking at 60 to 70%.
It's way lower. It's way lower. They only take a certain amount of guys. No, it's way lower than that. It's way lower than that.
I disagree.
He's
playing good golf right now. I think he'd be just fine.
Well, you're crazy.
I mean, you're the one that said Jordan Spieth's one of the best players on the fucking planet, and he's
no. I'm saying he's. Are you? Now you're kind of pissing me off.
You said he was
that's
a
not what I
stack
said.
field,
I said
and you
he's
said
playing
Jordan
well.
Spieth was there.
I said he's playing well.
Oh my god!
Did I not? And is he not?
You said it was a stacked field, and Jordan Spieth is there.
I didn't say it was stacked. I said it was a tougher field because it's got Jordan Spieth. What are you laughing at? Jordan Spieth's playing well.
He sure is, dude.
Yes, he is. I know you said that sarcastically, but that's ridiculous sarcasm because he is playing well. Dude,
okay.
This is crazy. The point being, everybody in the audience, hit like if you agree hit like if you agree that Zach is out of his mind. Zach is out of his mind for thinking this is nothing more than amazing performance. Like this video, if you think this is anything but craziness, thinking that this is not amazing.
And I want you to comment.
Shouldn't be celebrated.
I want you to comment. So, like if you think that. I want you to comment if you think it's a stacked field because Jordan Spieth.
Was it harder to win the Masters as Rory McIlroy, or was it harder to shoot 31 under?
Harder to win the Masters.
Bullshit.
Zane!
To shoot 31 under. 31. I don't think you realize what you're saying.
Come on. Zane. That's ridiculous. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say to that. Is it harder to win the Masters or to shoot 31 under par? Come on, man. This tournament has haunted this young Irish lad for the better part of 10 years. And you think it's not harder to win that if you're Rory McIlroy than it is to shoot 31? Dude, for Rory McIlroy, that was him shooting 50 under. Okay? Like, what are we talking about? That's crazy. Why do you think more people have won the Byron Nelson than have won the Masters?
What?
Why do you think more individuals have won the Byron Nelson over the Masters?
I'm not sure even what that question means.
So more people have won the Byron Nelson than have won the Masters.
Have they?
Almost undoubtedly so. Do you want me to look up past champions?
I don't know. Isn't the Masters older than the Byron Nelson?
Byron Nelson CJ Cup history. We are doing
this is insane, dude.
Everything.
I just want to tell you this. The lowest 4-score round at the Byron Nelson. Before Scottie won in 2025 was set by Stephen Bowditch.
That's not true.
What's not true?
The lowest score at the Byron Nelson 4-round score?
Yeah.
That is Lee Kyung-hoon. And he won it over your boy, Jordan Spieth, in 2022.
Let's hear it. What was the score?
26 under. And the year before, he shot 25 under and won by 3 strokes over Sam Burns.
I don't think that's right.
I'm looking at it right now, Zane.
I want you to show it to me.
Okay.
Bring it up.
I guess I got to share my screen. The Byron Nelson. Used to be the AT&T Byron Nelson. Now it's the CJ Cup Byron Nelson. You had Taylor Pendrith shoot better than Stephen Bowditch at 18 under back in 2015. Last year, 23 under. Jason Day, 2 years ago at 23 under. Lee Kyung-hoon won it back-to-back years at 26 and 25.
Zach, look at Stephen Bowditch, bud.
18 under.
Why does it say 259? That's a lower score.
I don't know. The par for the final 3 rounds was lowered to 69 due to course flooding. That's why.
Okay, that's fair. What? I'm just saying. That's fair. So he shot. So, Zach, is there anything in the 250s before Scottie? Keep going.
No, it doesn't appear so. But they're also playing a different course 2 years ago. The first time the first time. Let me just double check this. Oh God. I want to know about the specific tournament 2024. Oh, there is a 259. Oh, that's Bowditch.
That's Bowditch, bud.
I
just think, dude, so can I just say this? It's crazy to me that you are not impressed with that. Like, how can you look at that and not be
it's
like,
not that it's not
crap.
Impressive. I just don't think...
Dude, you came on the show and you were like, yeah, it was easy. He shot what he shot. It was so nonchalant.
Oh, it was all at TPC Craig Ranch.
That's just so disrespectful. It's not even funny.
I think it's pretty funny, dude.
You think it's pretty funny because you're joking? Or
wait, so hold on.
I hope you're joking. All right, we need to move on.
Is all at Craig Ranch? That doesn't make any sense. Did they change the par?
We need to move on.
They had to have changed the par.
Probably changed the par, bud.
Then it's easier now. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Yeah, no, because look at the score.
Look at the score.
The bottom line score, bud.
The score.
Look at the score, and then look at the 2 par, and you tell me. Dude, that's crazy talk, man. Get out of here, dude. That's just.
Dane's just mad because he knows I'm right.
I'm gonna clip this up and show how much of a faker you really are.
Faker?
Just a faker. Just a faker. I can't believe you. What's up, Ben? How's it going? Zach's over here. Ben, Zach's over here saying that Scottie Scheffler, it was not impressive because the Byron
That's
Nelson
not what I
so
said.
Easy.
This is what Zane does. This is not what I said. I'm saying it's an expected result of an easy course by the best ball striker in the world.
That's just crazy.
He was going to win by at least 4. He was the only one giving himself competition this past week.
Dude,
it was a weak field.
He was 32 under
tournament
with 3 holes left. He was 32 under with 3 holes left. That's 69 holes of golf. 69 holes of golf.
Great
the guy
number.
Was 32 under par.
Great number.
If you double 32,
I doubled 32.
What do you get?
64.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we're doing the math.
Ben, come on, dude.
Yes! The people have spoken. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben. That's just
an absolute fact. The course
he won by 8.
I don't know, against the weak field, Zane. I don't know why you say this. Like it's supposed to mean something. The only other player in the top 20 in the world was
won by 8.
Him.
He shot 31 under. He was 32 under with 3 holes left to play. That's crazy. Oh, we will. For sure we will.
Oh, yeah, man.
Absolutely.
I'm the assistant professional at the Georgia Club, so next time you're in Georgia, just let me know.
Yeah, but they don't host a TPC tournament, so yeah.
We don't host anything.
I think Ben's got you beat. So
He does, definitely.
He's got you beat.
He does definitely, but
I can't believe that take. Anyway, we've got to move on, right? I mean,
yeah, if you want to lay down and take it.
I don't.
Yeah, he's the number 1 player in the world for a reason. He just showed it. Against a weak field, he's going to dominate the competition. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate you.
Yes. It's amazing what he did.
Yes.
I don't know who Betty is.
He did great.
Betty White?
I think he was saying that he bet next time he's in Georgia.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Betty.
Get a little match going, maybe.
Betty indeed. Oh, money round.
Nothing crazy though. I am an assistant.
Zach, since I covered that, what do you want to cover next?
Okay, so Zane, you let me know if this is something you want to cover or not.
Okay.
So someone's been on fraud alert for a while, and I think justifiably so. And I think he's going to get exposed once again.
Your mic's kind of going in and out, bud.
Is it?
Yeah, there
Hello?
you go. Yeah, that works better.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to pull up this video. We're going to watch it together. Oh, my.
You got to get better at this.
Zane, I need you to calm down and shut up. Okay, I'm trying to.
You got to get better at this, bud.
$20 a hole? That's a little expensive for my taste, Ben, but okay.
That ain't expensive for me. We do 100, so.
Oh, okay, big dog.
Me and Luke,
Just calm down over there. Okay. So Riggs Barstool has been on Fraud Alert for quite a while. We're going to hear them break down the whole situation here. I thought this was a pretty interesting story. Maybe it's just me. But we're going to check this out. I am. I'm getting the screen right so that it plays full screen for our audience.
I agreed last night on Twitter to a $25,000 match. I don't really know who he is. I just saw a tweet.
I can't fathom how Riggs Barstool can tell people with a straight face that he's a 4 handicap LOL. Just the most blatant lie on the internet.
True. I
don't know these people.
You've never seen Riggs. We're gonna have to watch his swing after this, but
okay, keep going.
You're gonna have to watch him play golf.
I'm a 7.3 handicap. If you want some extra content, I'll play Riggs straight up stroke play for $25K at Barstool Sports at 4Play Pod.
Love that. Whoever tweeted him is awesome.
Like, that brings in the people. That is what puts asses in the seats.
Personal check, yeah, wife's bank account. He's got to get it approved. I want his wife mad at him if he has to pay it. I want to be devastated if I have to pay it. $25,000 is a serious amount of money. So
it has to hurt.
Riggs, you're a very polarizing figure in the golf world in terms of like your play and how you play on video and how you don't play on video. So there's just so many people out there, and we've seen.
Listen. When we watch a swing, I want you to keep in mind all this is.
We'll watch it. Yeah, you're good. I got you.
Once we watch his swing, I want you to keep in mind all this.
I'm going to play this guy. Let me play him. And those matches go how they go. But then on top of that, if you put 25,000, you know there's people throwing that in their group chats being like, oh, I wish I had done this. Oh, I wish I had done this.
Done. 25K accepted.
Okay. So
there's
Ben agrees 100% a fraud. Ben's seen this guy's swing clearly. So I'm going to look up a video of his swing. So $25,000. Zane, now I have a question.
Yo.
Now, obviously, being a popular content creator, right?
As I am.
No, I wasn't referring to you. I wasn't referring to you or myself.
I know you were. Just the way you said it.
As a popular content creator, you would think that like you got to have a little bit of humility.
Yeah.
And be a little responsible.
Watch the putting stroke, Ben says. All right, we
will. The putting stroke's not great either. Here we go.
All right, let's see it.
This is his swing.
No way. There's just no shot. I mean, when you look up definition, like when you look up the definition of the term Vegas handicapper, this is what you see. Do it again.
Yeah. So,
do it again.
And then we'll
That's astonishing. Dude, that is so bad. Can you show me one that's not like making fun of him? Can I see like?
I'm gonna go. You got to hit green in regulation far.
There you go. That's him. We got to be right. No
Not a very interesting golf swing.
Oh yeah, Riggsy. What does that mean?
It means you suck.
It's not conventional, but it works.
Thank you.
You have a very interesting golf swing.
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
What does that mean? What does that mean? You suck. That's what that means.
You've got a very interesting golf swing. Let's look at his putting stroke.
All right, let's look at the putting stroke.
Riggs putting stroke.
I love Charlie Hall. She should have just said, it means you suck. That would have been awesome.
Good putt. I didn't think you were going to make that.
That's very nice of you. And a lot of people didn't.
I watch your putting practice all the time.
I appreciate that. Yeah. What do you think in person compared to?
Oh, it is not pleasant to the eyes watching.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
was pretty confident you were going to make
I'm the one who gripped you tight.
Good putt. I didn't think you were going to make that.
That's very.
I'm the one.
Okay, we're just not going to get it. What are we?
You can't kill me.
You doing, Zach? Breaking copyright violation right now? Like, what are we doing? Don't be a Riggs. Practice putting.
What?
It says don't be a Riggs.
And where down we
I can't find a video of his putting stroke. This is really annoying.
Two for the down.
Dude, it's just give up. You should.
I'm gonna find a video of his putting
You should
stroke.
have had this ready, Ben. I'm sorry.
I didn't
apologize
even.
for that.
I'd never even considered watching his putting stroke because all I can think of Riggs when I think about him playing is his golf swing, because it's so triggering watching him swing a golf club. But I can't find it, so that's my bad.
So is this
My
when
bad.
is this match happening? Is it happening soon? Is it happening tomorrow? When's it
God,
happening?
I have no idea when it's happening. I don't think it's scheduled yet, but I definitely will be tuning in. I think that the 7 handicapper is going to wipe the floor with Riggs. And I think Riggs is going to have to pay him $25,000. And I think when you look back, because Riggs has done this series in the past where he takes on his haters, where people that talk about how bad he is at golf. And I remember watching one specific. I don't know if he's done this more than once, but I remember watching one of them. And the guy absolutely mopped him. And he's getting so upset and frustrated. It was
Are these
incredible.
popular videos?
They're relatively popular. Griggs versus Hader.
Okay. All right. So anyway, anything else?
Internet troll, 342,000 views 6 months ago.
Okay.
Then 8 months ago, 325,000 views. Maybe I need to contact some of my haters. Maybe I get the views up.
Maybe. And you've got plenty of them. I mean, I love you.
I don't have many haters, dude. I'm a
Yeah.
nice guy.
Just me. So anyway,
True.
yeah. So anyway, I guess the Creator Classic happened. Did you even follow that, or no? You weren't even happy with this one.
I mean, what was there anybody there? Like
This was the one that we announced the other day. Remember whenever we were
Creator
like,
Classic? Who won?
it was bad. I guess Team Richards, because they did a team thing.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, it's always fun watching teams. So anyway, I do want to go over a couple things that actually matter.
Oh my god, it was a 9-hole too.
You're joking.
This 9-hole competition will get underway in the afternoon of Wednesday, May 7th.
That's horrible. So let's get into stuff that actually matters. So TGL, they're preparing to grow. The TGL League appears to have filed a trademark for Motor City Golf Club in what may be an indication of the first expansion move for the league. Reports have indicated that one additional team could be added for this upcoming season. So Motor City Club, obviously, Zach, what do you think that is?
My guess would be Detroit.
Yeah, probably. So it's they filed it underneath TGL Holdings LLC. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, just because they did a trademark, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But that they think that it's growing. And judging from the
That's
way
an interesting opinion.
that is a very interesting opinion, seeing as they went down and down and down and down even till the very end. So I'm intrigued to see how they change it or update it to make it more watchable. There were aspects of it, if you remember, that were pretty watchable. But the problem with it is obviously the biggest problem was obviously using their tracking technology. It just wasn't picking up spin rates well. And that was pretty much it. The other thing obviously is it's the same thing that people bash Live for, which is they're not playing for anything, because they get all the money up front, so they're not really playing for anything. They don't really care if they win. Same kind of thing for the TGL stuff.
Yeah, well, I think it's worse in TGL's case because it's
You're kind of muffled again.
Hello. I think it's worse in TGL's case because you could tell that the players don't care.
Yeah.
And that's by their attitudes, their actions, their words. It's very clear. It's more of a couple guys just joking around and having fun, and that's fine if that's what you want it to be. But like they market it, and I've said this many times, they market it as a competition. And you don't get the vibe that it's a competition when the guys are joking around and Kevin Kisner has a spot on a team. Like, that just doesn't scream like, oh, yeah, this is a competitive league.
Yeah, when they're not accepting, and we already went over this, but whenever it's supposedly people in the top 25, but you leave out a lot of the people in the top 25, it's a problem.
And you have Kevin Kisner.
Yep, the problem.
Who's just shanking balls and blading shots, and that's pretty much his only contribution to his team.
Yep. So, especially whenever, and I know he probably turned it down, but especially when you can't get the number one player in the world playing, it's a big deal. Missing out on talent like that, having to bring in other people on just single event deals like Tony Finau, pretty wild. So it's just one of those things that I just don't think it draws eyes like they want it to.
Yeah, and I mean, we went over the viewership numbers. We don't have to reiterate that again. But again, it kind of happened exactly how we both predicted it would. You'd have a early peak around 1 million viewers and then steady drop off from there.
Correct.
And that includes even in events where Tiger was playing and Rory was playing, it was still a steady decline.
That's
and
right.
Their championship game did not pull their best numbers at the end of the year. So it's like, or their championship match didn't even pull the best numbers by the end of the year. So I think it's one of those things where you look at it and you're like, what was where is, like, how do they turn this around? And I think I don't know what direction they're going to go in season 2. I'm not optimistic though.
Yeah, I don't know where they go either. So a lot of people, Lucas Glover, in other news, is sounding off. He voiced his dissatisfaction with the signature events over the field sizes. Same thing that we've been talking about for a while. What we were just talking about in regards to the Byron Nelson, calling out the tour and said voices are not being heard. He said, quote, it doesn't sound like the majority matters. Let's listen in.
Well, Eric Van Rooyen has joined the chorus of players who have said they don't really love the signature events in terms of the small number of players in the field. He likes north of 100. You've voiced a similar sentiment as well. Are you guys outliers, or do you feel like you have company and that there are a lot of PGA Tour players who would like to see less signature events in deeper fields on the PGA Tour?
Yeah, I've been on record as saying I was not a fan of these when they hatched the idea of them. I didn't like them then, and I have been in most of them since they started, and I still don't like them. I've been on the record as saying I don't like cutting to 100 cards, and I still don't. I think it's getting too exclusive, and we're not giving enough opportunity. And I've been pretty outspoken about that. I think the majority would agree with that, but unfortunately, it doesn't sound like the majority matters. So it is what it is at this point, and we're just dealing with it.
That's a big statement right there.
That is a big statement by one Lucas Glover. Zach, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, like you said, we've talked about this so many times, so we could talk about it so many times so we're red in the face. But as weak as the field was at CJ Cup Byron Nelson, I would argue that a signature event is weak in a different kind of way. In these signature events, when you trim down the competition to a lesser number of players, what ends up happening is, and I think that this is another issue with the TGL and with the player impact report and all that stuff, is you make it really hard for young and upcoming stars to break out onto the scene and create a brand for themselves. Tiger doesn't need any help or any money to help grow his brand. Tiger's brand is Tiger's brand, and he's going to be a part of the sport probably for the rest of our lives. Same thing with Rory, same thing with JT, same thing with Jordan Spieth. Those guys have made it. And by limiting field sizes in these signature events and not allowing some younger guys or some older guys to a spotlight to help them create a brand and create a following for themselves. I'm obviously looking at this probably from a different perspective than Zane is. But when you create this like special players club, you lose the idea of, oh, I can get there someday, because that club is so exclusive, and
I agree with.
It takes too much to break into it.
And I agree with.
For it to be possible to break into it.
Yep. So I don't know about all the brand talk. I know you've used that before on the program.
I think it's important to recognize.
I think that's just reading way too far into it. I think that's over intellectualizing whole thing. I think bottom line, signature events, right? They keep people out. It's gatekeeping. So they keep people out. Makes Zach is 100% right. Makes people feel like they can't make it to the big stage. The whole idea behind golf, right? And Zach knows this as well as anybody. The whole idea behind like the U.S. Open is that anybody can make it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea behind open tournaments is that anybody can make it. Yeah, there's room in there for invitationals like the Genesis and like all these other invitationals. There's room for it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but like having this be the normal where like, oh, we're just going to take the top 70 in the world and just play them against each other. First off, it is way easier than events with 140 people. I don't care who you are. I've seen too many good golfers in my life, and I know there's gradations of skill. I'm not an idiot. I know there's gradations of skill. I know Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas. Not an idiot. I know Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth are way better than Ross Streelman and Albert Anderson there at Golf Club of Georgia. I know that. But I also know this. I know that given not even the right circumstances, just given a day, there is a chance that they get beat by those two.
Yeah, 100%.
And so if there's a chance that they get beat by those two, even Scottie, there's a chance that Scottie gets beat by those two.
100%.
If that's the case, then if you multiply, in orders of magnitude, like double the field, then obviously it's going to be harder to win the golf tournament.
It's going to be harder to win. It's going to be harder to become top 10, top 20, make the cut, etc.
Yes, exactly. And so that's my point. This is and by the way, the signature events are no cut. So my whole point is that this is not helping the game, because even here's another argument to that, because there's no cut. Okay, that 70th guy could shoot 8 over.
Or
that
worse.
doesn't happen in a cutted event.
Yeah, or worse.
Or worse. You know what I mean? So that's my point. I mean, it's just an easier event.
Yeah. So
anyway,
I want to say something real quick, because I do think it's important. I know you tried to downplay it a little bit. The brand part is important because
downplay it.
You did.
Fix your mic. Your mic's doing the thing again. It sounds like this. You sound like Dave from Batman.
Oh, we lost the microphone.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm back.
Hey, he's back. Welcome back. We are.
I think it's important because, like, you got to think about how important it was for Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth, and guys like that who got really popular really quickly.
Yes. No, 100%.
How important it was that they got really popular really quickly and was able to guarantee income even when they were playing bad with their brand deals.
You're losing me.
Jordan Spieth and Under Armour. Jordan Spieth is never going to have to work a day in his life if he never wins.
The quick rise argument is a good argument. That you might have a little lost me there on that little second part.
So what did I lose you on?
So the quick rise argument is 100% what we're both saying. It's like anybody has a shot. You know, you get a few sponsors exemptions into these big events, and then before they were signature events.
Yeah.
You get a couple of sponsors exemptions, you get in the event, you play really well, you make it, and then you get invited to all these other events and you play in all these bigger events, right?
Yeah.
That was the World Golf Championship era.
Yeah.
For those of you thinking. I don't know about the whole like.
My whole thing is most of these deals that most of the tour has
Sure.
are not very lucrative.
Yeah.
Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas do have lucrative deals because they've made it. They've made a name for themselves.
Sure.
Those deals guarantee, even with bad play, they are going to be just fine.
Yes and no. Yeah.
What do you mean by yes and no?
Like they have to still continue. Like if they just fade into nothingness, no, their deals dry up just like anything else.
Well, yeah, obviously over a long stretch of time. But
Yeah.
like the past 2
But
years.
here's my point. My point with this, I'm not bashing what you're saying. My point is you don't even need to go there. My point is it's a way better argument that it eliminates the quick rise of athletes, right? It adds barricades to success for those athletes, right? And to money, to access to money, which is what you're saying, even though you're using all this brand verbiage, which I just don't think is even necessary. It's very verbose. So we both agree. We're not even disagreeing with each other. And then the big thing too is that it's just easier. And you don't want it to be easier. You want it to be harder. Everybody should have learned this, by the way, from the whole live experiment, right? You take these guys and you place them into their own isolated silo and you have them just play against each other. They're not going to be as good whenever you reintroduce them into the system. We've seen this play out, right? And you might have some of them like Bryson playing just as good. Some people that maybe feed off the excitement, maybe they're in a happier spot. Personally speaking, I'm not saying it's a hard and steady rule, but just as an aggregate, right? You take these people out, you silo them, and then you reintroduce them back into normal, full 4 rounds competitive golf, where there's no music playing and pants are worn. That's harder.
They actually reintroduced.
I know they did. For obvious reasons, right?
It just makes it look more professional.
Professional golf.
Yeah.
I never liked the shorts thing. But anyway, that's my whole point is we're both agreeing. Okay. This has already been tried, by Liv. And obviously Liv had to do it because Liv got put into that position. I agree with that argument. That's a debate for another day with Branson and Zachary Smith. But yeah, I mean, this is one of those things that this is just a bad idea. It's just a bad idea. Here's the crazy part. If this had been put in before Wyndham Clark made that little run for like the US Open and stuff,
yeah,
he would have never been for it. He would have been one of the most outspoken voices against it. But the problem is they get to a certain point and then they want it. And then here's the problem is then Rory's like, I don't want to play in all these PGA Tour events. What?
They get up to the top and then they pull the ladder up from behind them.
That's right. And it happens in every aspect of society. It's not just golf. But we need to resist that urge as much as possible. It happens at your local chamber of commerce all the time. They try and make rules that add barricades to entry for other people for outside business. It happens all the time, and it's wrong.
Stans, get out of your local politics, Stan.
I'm just saying.
Hear about your local
it's
politics.
The same thing. Man. It's the same thing, and so that's the thing is like we've got to resist that urge as much as possible.
Listen, as a humble man, me and the Grumble family, we try and stay out of all that local politics stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
But just go to work, do my job. I'm Chet Grumble. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Making T-sheets. Anyway, do you have anything else you wanted to talk about tonight?
Just one more thing. Yep, one more thing. So here's the story. You ready?
I was born ready.
I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to go ahead and read this for you guys. So Liv is considering making a major change in quest for world ranking points. All players, including captains that fall into LIV's relegation zone, may have to earn their way back via qualifying as the league considers adjustments worthy of OWGR considerations. This is something that me and Zach both agreed with at the time, that they were considering this, and it's something that needs to happen. I mean, if you have relegation, it needs to be real relegation, right?
Yes.
The Live Golf League is strongly considering making a change to where if players fall into its relegation zone, regardless of whether they're a captain or not, they'll have to play in a qualifying event to earn their spot back, even if they are one of the team captains. The move is viewed as a way to appeal to the official world golf ranking system, which previously denied an application for accreditation, citing playing pathways to the league, as well as player turnover and failed variants between events as being reasons that Liv's format doesn't work.
Which is garbage, by the way.
Of course, we've gone over that. After announcing in the spring of 2024 that it would no longer seek OWGR approval, Live Golf has changed course and is now seriously engaged in trying to come up with changes. Sportico recently reported that CEO Scott O'Neill and newly installed OWGR chairman Trevor Immelman, did not know that, discussed the issue at the Masters. Immelman, the 2008 Masters. Huh?
Immelman, I'm disappointed to find that out.
Oh, how he's the OWGR chairman?
Yeah, I'm disappointed.
Well, he discussed the issue at the Masters, so he must be seriously considering it, which is a good thing.
Okay.
Why is that? Okay, I'm just saying that. Why is that a bad thing? He's at least willing to talk, which is more than you can say about your boy. Not your boy, but you know who I mean. Immelman, the 2008 Masters champion, who is now a CBS analyst, took over at the Masters for outgoing chairman Peter Dawson.
Oh, never mind. Peter Dawson's the guy I don't like.
Yeah. He oversees a board of directors that includes members from all 4 major championships, plus members of the PGA Tour and DP World Tour. Last week, Immelman told the Associated Press that there have been discussions, but nothing formal to this point. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. They're having discussions. Quote, they have not put an application in, end quote. Immelman told the AP, quote, whether or not it happens, I guess time will tell. I have enjoyed getting to know Scott O'Neill over the last few months. We've spoken over the phone a couple times. We've met in person at the Masters, just really introductory stuff. We're in the same position we have been without any application on their side. So I guess ball is in Liv's court, as he said right there. I didn't even read that next part. So he said, quote, the ball is in their court. So as everybody, I'm not even going to read the rest of it because this is all adding backstory that we all know. So, yeah, Zach, anything to say on this? Anything to say? Anything to comment?
Listen, I hope Trevor Immelman comes to the right decision and that things are worked out.
Fair.
I'm a pretty fair guy. I don't know why Branson has such a problem with
I think this is a good move forward.
I agree.
I think that the problem in this world too often is just not communicating. I think that that's what happened whenever you had the Slytherin snake, not talking to Greg Norman before all this went down, not getting in touch with him, not trying to talk to him, not trying to meet with him. I think that's what happens whenever.
Do you think it's
just
possible?
We almost came to blows with nuclear missiles over this, and that's the end of my political rant. So the point is, talk to people.
Do you think it's possible that that our boy, head of the PGA Tour,
Jay Monahan,
of CEO of PGA Tour Enterprises, Jay Monahan, do you think it's possible that he is the mythical creature known as Jormungandr?
I do think he may be the embodiment of Satan on this realm.
I was thinking of the snake that circles the world.
No, I know. That's a good snake. That's a good guy.
I mean, he eventually destroys it, but...
Yeah, but he's a good guy. That's what
Ragnarok.
his job is. That's his job. He does his work.
His job is to eventually destroy the world. So
that's his job, yeah.
He gets paid for it.
That's it. Easy Ben, hot shot. I don't know what that means. So anyway, But yeah, and then I've got a great story. So this is how we're gonna end the podcast. Unless Zach wants to cover anything else. So I played I played my first tournament round of the year. I played in the U.S. Open qualifier at up in Wisconsin, up in Mequon.
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
Zane, why'd you end up going to Wisconsin?
I ended up going to Wisconsin because I I registered on my phone, and I was trying to register for the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club down in Orlando, where I have played before. And I accidentally registered for Mequon, Wisconsin. It's the same.
I'm so glad you said earlier in this episode that you're not an idiot, because otherwise people
not an idiot.
Confused.
I'm not an idiot. I just make mistakes like everybody else, and I didn't check my email for the confirmation email. If I had seen it at the time of registration, I could have changed it that day, and everything would have been fine. But I didn't see it. And so we get to I get to where I have to travel up to Mequon, Wisconsin. So I drive all the way up. It was too late to get a plane. And so I had to drive all the way back. And so played really well. Very happy with how I executed it. I was 2 under through the first 2 holes. We get to hole 8 because Zach, you haven't heard this story, have you?
No, I haven't heard anything about you playing.
This is perfect. So you're gonna get to hear this too.
I'm excited.
So I was 2 under through the first 2. I was playing really, really good. I get to hole 4, par 3. I bogeyed it at North Shore Country Club. I bogeyed hole 4. It was a stupid bogey. I almost parred it. I keep going like par, almost birdies. I make a real good up and down on a par 5 for par on 7, and the other 2 players in my group doubled. Now we had already talked with each other and said that, oh man, we're playing so fast because nobody's behind us, so we were doing fine. They had to take a little longer, obviously, on that hole because they both doubled. Well, we get to the next hole. We are up there on the tee box, and there's a probably USGA official there in his cart, and I wave at him. He doesn't wave back, and I'm like, weird. So I hit my shot. Everybody else hits theirs. I look over and wave at him. Doesn't say anything. We start walking. As we start walking away, dude marches up to us. Just marches up to us. He says, all right, gentlemen, you guys are 9 minutes behind pace. I'm going to give you a formal warning, and I'm going to be putting you on the clock. Zach, the group behind us at this point just stepped foot in the fairway in view on the par 5. It's a dog leg. So we just saw them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, we're looking at each other just awestruck. And I look back, like I point to that group in the fairway. I go, are they going to get timed? And he says, worry about yourself. And so we end up walking up to the green. We're all talking amongst ourselves, like, what the hell? Like, what is this guy's problem? Like, I made the joke. I said, he's every Ranger in Florida, He's every old Ranger ever in Florida. If you're a Ranger in Florida, you should do some self-reflection. This is talking about you. And so we get up to the green, and I'm trying to calm myself down. I really am. I'm like breathing. I'm like, okay, just relax. I walk around the hole, blah, blah, blah. Well, I guess a little adrenaline was still pumping. I pumped it way by. It just went all the way down. Had about a 9-10 footer coming back. Tried to make that. The greens are super fast, by the way. Like going 12, 13. They're super fast.
Yeah, I mean, US Open.
And I tapped it in for bogey. Well, bogey, not happy about the bogey.
Yeah.
Put me back at even. I'm like, this is stupid. So we get up to the next tee box, and we're getting ready to hit. And both of my playing partners, they can both tell you this is 100% true. So I get ready. I'm getting ready to hit. I pulled my driver out of my bag. This dude, while I'm getting ready to hit, pulls his cart up 15 yards away from me, in view, in the field of vision. So it's not like he's parked way off. It's not like he drove way up and is watching from up there, which that'd been fine because you see people up there all the time. No, he's like 15 yards away from us. And so, like, I'm like, again, trying to calm myself down. I hit a hook. First hook I'd hit in a week, 2 weeks. Just snap hook. It hits a tree. There's only like 3 trees there, and then there's out of bounds, but that's way out of the way. There's only 3 trees there. We hear it hit a tree. And so I'm like, okay, well, that sucks, but at least I'll find it. You know what I mean? We get up there, can't find the ball. So I have to go, took 3 minutes, got to go all the way back. And by then, the damage is done.
Yeah.
You know, I hit my second shot off the tee, another, like, pull. Hit the next shot on the green, 2-putt. You know, and it's like,
yeah.
And so I parred my second ball. That's a double bogey. I'm 2 over. And after that, I was able to calm myself down and just enjoy myself. But it took, you know, it took 4 shots really to just ruin a round.
Yeah.
So that was.
Did you file a complaint against the official?
Can I?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Because I will, most certainly.
I know one of my buddies, Walker Hines, he's a pretty good golfer. He did U.S. Open qualifying in Alabama last year, and he filed a complaint for an incorrect ruling that an official gave him.
Fun.
They would not let him take relief. At the course he was playing, they had like these metal like posts, lining the cart path.
Sure.
And off to the left of the cart path was out of bounds. He was trying to get relief from one of the metal posts, and the guy said, "You can't."
Whoa, metal?
He said it's part of the course. Yes. He said it was part of the course.
That's absurd.
And he filed a complaint against the official.
I would too. Well, I talked to the scoring table and I asked them. I said, "What is the?" Because you got to think, like, in my head, my thought is there's got to be an official time before they can do that. So I 9 minutes sounds crazy quick, especially on like hole 8.
Yeah.
That's a minute a hole. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So like 9 minutes behind pace. And so like I asked him at the scoring table, this was after, you know, I didn't want to cause a scene. This is after we already did our scoring. And I just asked him, I said, "Hey, by the way, just because I'm curious, I said, what is the ruling? Like, what's the time violation policy? Like, when do you give a formal warning?" They said, and they admittedly didn't know, and they were like guessing. They said 10 minutes, got 15 minutes. And I said, "Okay." She said, "Why do you ask?" I said, "Well," I said, "No, did you ask?" There was a USGA official, and he told us that we were put on the clock because he said we were 9 minutes behind pace. Like, everybody knows this if you're out there. 9 minutes isn't even a hole of golf.
Yeah.
A hole of golf takes approximately 15, and we're walking.
Yeah.
So it's like it takes way longer.
Yeah.
Than 9 minutes.
Especially if the group behind you wasn't pressing you guys.
No, and he could have seen, if he had done even remotely due diligence, he'd only seen us on that hole. So it's not like he was following us the whole time. He had only seen us as we're coming up to the tee box.
Yeah.
So I made the joke to Dad. I said, "I wonder if his nephew was playing in it." And he saw that I was 1 under par. How great would that be?
Probably.
How great would that be?
But, yeah, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. I had my worst 9 holes of golf ever.
Did you? What'd you shoot?
Not ever. I shot 40.
Did you now?
With 2 birdies.
40 with 2 birdies.
Yep.
That's not good. Where did you shoot it at?
My home course.
When did you do that? With Tommy?
Yeah, a couple days ago. He actually beat me. He won $2 off me.
Good for Tommy. Go Tommy.
The saddest day of the year so far. I got beat by Tommy.
I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. 2 birdies.
It's okay.
So what you're saying is that I'm going to beat you next time we play. That's what
I mean, probably not, but, you know.
Okay. It's, you know, I am on a hot streak with our monthly matches, so.
Yeah, if you ever send me the videos for that, then maybe we'll get
that's right. That's right. I got to send that to you. Perfect. Gotcha.
I mean, I didn't want to text you about it last week because you were driving to Wisconsin and back.
You should have. You should have.
Because you're not an idiot.
Hey, yeah, you should. Yeah, exactly. I'm not an idiot. So anyway, all right. Well, that's it for the show. Make sure you check us out. Zach, I don't think he's got the new link for our new merch place, but I did get merch back really quick from this place. So we're gonna be, sharing that on our socials and stuff like that. And I got this really cool Beerly OB phone case. Everybody can see that right there. Got the kind of a checkered pattern right there. It's really, really neat. And it's, I think, for all iPhones, all iPhone models past, I think, the 12. So if you guys have an iPhone, pick up a phone case. I think.
And if you have an Android, go get an iPhone.
And Zach, it was a T-shirt as well that I created, right? So it's T-shirt.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet.
So we'll be sending out the link to you guys. So make sure you check it out whenever you get a chance.
And also, you guys can check out the golf polos and everything down low from Yada Golf. They make the hat as well. Well, they're out of the hats right now. I need them to get back into it. Found out they just signed a deal with an LPGA Tour player.
There you go.
Shout out to her. Mulhall.
Yeah, buy our merch. Don't buy Yada. Buy our merch.
You can buy both and support the channel. Thank you guys for watching, listening, and doing all the beautiful